The life you have been desiring for years, the abundance, prosperity, having the freedom to live, having the freedom to do divine work, having the freedom to do the work that impacts, that has meaning and abundance. That life exists, but it doesn't exist in a place where you are not in frequency of that desire, that reality that you deeply feel is meant for you. That reality exists on a frequency of divine, that frequency of higher consciousness of God frequency. And I'm going to break that down. What is God frequency and why your desire exists in that frequency and why you're not able to get to your desire that you know deeply that is meant for you. You've been dreaming about it. You've been visualizing. You have been meditating. You have been writing and you've been wanting that for years. I'm going to let you know where it exists. What is that frequency that has everything you've ever desired? Because what you have to know is that if you are in a place where you feel that you are stuck, that you are struggling, that you are suffering, that you feel exhaustion, that you feel you're drained, that you feel you're not where you want to be, and that frustrates you, that what have I done wrong? Why I'm not getting what I know that I deeply deserve? I know that is meant for me. Where am I going wrong? If these questions are coming into your mind, then I'm going to share that with you. That what are you missing and what is stopping you? What is keeping you stuck? And once you understand that, you can unlock that frequency that is in alignment with your desired reality, with your dream life. I want you to imagine that someone who is stuck in survival, someone who has gone through a lot of pain and a lot of trauma. So when somebody has gone through a lot of trauma in the past and they've had childhood trauma, they are operating from a place of survival. They are operating from a place of, I am not worthy, I am not good enough. Those are the two prominent frequency they are operating in. And the survival frequencies are, I am not good enough, I am not worthy. Therefore, the frequency remains in survival. And when someone operates in survival frequency where they feel they're not good enough, they are not worthy, and they move in their life with that frequency, when they are going to work, when they are meeting somebody that they are looking for love, when they are starting their business, they are doing it from that energetic pattern of, I'm not good enough, I am not worthy. Therefore, I will not be successful. Therefore, I will not be loved. Therefore, my business will not be successful. Therefore, I will never find love. So, when we operate from the frequency, doesn't matter how big a major step we take, we stay stuck. We stay stuck because inner frequencies operating from those two patterns and paradigm that is in survival. And doesn't matter how much inner work you have done, if the energetic patterns haven't been resolved, if the energetic pattern hasn't been healed, released completely, doesn't matter on the surface. You could have done a lot of childhood trauma work, inner healing work, and a lot of those work. But if the energy is operating from still that survival, that feeling of not worthy, not enough, this will keep you stuck in the frequency of undesired reality, the reality that you do not desire. In order for you to shift in God frequency, those reality, those frequency have to collapse for you to shift into that frequency, because God frequency is not bounded by time and space. And when we are in survival, we are stuck in time, we are stuck in space. This is why someone who has gone through childhood trauma, they stay stuck in the time of when they were a child. They operate from that place even when they're adult. They still feel like a child. They embody that energy of being a child because they did not experience the love, the affection, the abundance. They did not know how it feels like to be worthy when they were little. So they stay stuck in that time, that space. And God frequency is free of time and space. This is why when we are operating from frequency of survival, we are stuck in time and space. Therefore, we cannot leave that paradigm, that cycle that has kept us in this survival, that has kept us being that child who struggled, who felt not enough, who felt not worthy. This is why it is so important to understand when we do healing, we don't just do emotional healing, we heal the energetic patterns to release the time and space, to activate the frequency of abundance and prosperity and wealth, and recognizing that when we release that, we move and we collapse the time and space, then we can move from the frequency of divine. And when we move from the frequency of divine, we are already recalibrating the life that we desire deeply. And one thing that took me so long to learn, and I want to share that with you because it took me years to have that insight, to really understand the depth of it, that kept me stuck in the past, that took me years to come out of that survival frequency, survival paradigm, is that universal law that most people do not talk about. And it took me years to understand this. That is law of expectation. In order to collapse space and time, you have to understand law of expectation. And the law of expectation is anything when you do and pursue, what do you expect? What do you expect from it? Because in the past, everything I pursued, everything I did when I was stuck in survival paradigm, I was doing it from a place of, it's not going to work. I'm going to fail. It's never going to work. I've tried so many things in the past, it never worked. Therefore, this is not going to work. So when we are operating from survival, we automatically operate from a place of expecting failure, expecting defeat, expecting rejection. And when we do that, when we expect something is not going to work out, when we expect I'm not going to be wealthy, when we expect that we are not going to make money, when we expect that we are not going to be successful, when we do anything and when we pursue anything before we signed up to it that is not going to work for me, because I am unique, because I'm special, because my problem is special, because no one is like me, we are operating from self-sabotaging pattern that is operates from survival paradigm that keeps us stuck. Because when we go into something new with the expectation that it is going to fail because I'm too unique, I'm too special, and nothing works out for me, then the law of expectation will give you what you expect. If you expect failure, it will give you failure. If you expect rejection, you will get rejection. It took me a long time to understand this, and I did not know that even though I've done so much deep work, but every time I pursue something, I am already expecting unconsciously, subconsciously, it is operating, oh, it's not going to work. Oh, nothing works out for me. I did not know that I was doing that. But when I looked deep within, I knew the frequency was, it's not going to work out. And when the frequency is, it's not going to work out, it never works out, guess what? It never works out. And that is hidden within the survival paradigm. It is hidden within that frequency of survival that you self sabotage yourself without knowing. So, really think about how many times any programs, any work, any inner work that you've done, anything you've done, any business that you've opened, any job that you went in that you expected to be not liked, you expected people to hate you, you expected people to reject you, you expected that you will fail, you expected you will not be successful. Really recognize this pattern within. And when you recognize this pattern, you know that you are operating from the frequency of survival. And this is the one of the ways you are collapsing. As I'm speaking, you're going to collapse time and you collapse that frequency, because it all comes from the awareness. When you become aware and you can look back to all those time when you did that, when you expected failure, then you are able to collapse in the future, because it's all about how you operate, how you go into something. If you go with excitement, if you go with, yes, it's of course going to work out for me. Yes, of course, this is the answer to my prayers. Yes, of course, I'm going to succeed. Yes, of course, I'm going to be loved and be worthy. Then the law of expectation will deliver your expectation. What frequency you are approaching, anything you desire, that will be delivered. So, really recognize, if you expect that you're going to lose all your money, then you will lose money. If you expect the program you sign up to is not going to work out for you, then you are expecting that to not work out for you. Really understand that it is all your own frequency that is creating the results on the outside. It is your vibration that is creating the result in your reality. So, in order to operate from God frequency, in order to collapse time and space, we have to let go of the survival. We have to heal these energetic patterns that are keeping you being the child who gone through a lot, being the child who suffered a lot. We have to heal and release ourselves to embody our true self, our identity as our soul self, who is in its adult self, who is making a move from an energy of abundance, energy of expectation of success, wealth, prosperity, and love, who's operating from the place of it's already done. What I desire, it's already done. What I want, it's already done. And when we operate from that frequency, that is divine frequency. That is the frequency of God, where we collapse time, we collapse space. We are moving into that space where time stays still and things move so fast. You quantum jump, you quantum leap towards your desire so quickly, because there's no time, there's no space. You know it's going to happen because it's already happened. It's already done. That is divine frequency. So, in order for you to operate from divine frequency, you have to let go of the identity. You have to heal the survival. You have to release the energetic pattern in order to move up into that frequency. And one of the ways you can do that is, one of the ways you can start that immediately is every single day, imagine and visualize yourself as you already became who you want to be. You're already operating as your higher self. You already operating from a place that collapsed and healed and embodied the higher self. And what action, what are the things it is doing? When you embody your higher self, what are the things you are doing? How you are moving, how you are cleaning your house, how you are operating at work. What are the things you are doing as your higher self? What does that look like? How do you look as your higher self? How do you look? What is the the identity, the persona, the personality. What is the self image of your higher self? How does that higher self move in the world? How does it speak? What does it do? When you do that, and when you do that daily, you're already collapsing time and space. You're collapsing that because you manifest what you desire from not what you want. You manifest from who you are embodying. And when you embody the version that already has it, you embody the version that is operating in that frequency of divine, that is operating from the frequency of love, that already has all those desired reality that you deeply want, then you are remembering who you deeply are, because it's not about becoming, it's about remembering who you are. And when you remember who you are, who is doing all the thing that you desire already, and you're doing that daily, you are collapsing time and space, and you are increasing your frequency. You are activating the frequency of divine. You are activating the frequency of your inner light that is already within you. And when you move from that space, when you say that I am not a victim and I am the co creator of my life, and I'm going to embody that version because it's already done, because you already have, because the higher truth is, divine truth is, it's already done. It's already done. You just have to remember who you are, and you operate from that frequency, you will collapse time and space. And that is the secret to operate from divine frequency. If you want me to help you so that you release the childhood trauma, so that you can release all that deep survival paradigm, so you become in alignment with your truth, your higher self, so that you embody your truth with ease, so that you can activate the wealth frequency to have financial freedom, to do the purposeful work, do the divine work, then click the link below to apply for my mentoring. Other than that, like this video if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel. And may the light in me reaches the light in you.